Welcome to Heat Check, powered by Defunct.com. These are the highest selling vintage t-shirts on eBay over the last 2 weeks. Let's see who made the list. So this week, my vintage t-shirt pick of the week is this vintage Dead Kennedys Give Me Convenience or Give Me Death t-shirt on the Brockham tag. Dead Kennedys was a huge influence to me growing up through my teenage years. A big fan of the band and just about everything they've ever done. This t-shirt is super cool. Obviously, it's had some flaws. It's single stitch. You can see some of that those tears and stuff. I mean, it's a punk t-shirt. What do you expect, really? But this one's super awesome. Not too crazy in terms of price. I mean, this is not probably from their 80s era t-shirts that you can see on this list every once in a while. But this one's fairly reasonable, $500. So this one's really cool. Love it a lot. Dead Kennedys, one of my all-time favorites. So this one makes the pick of the week this week. Now coming in at number 10, we have the Grateful Dead Telluride Ski Tie-Dye t-shirt. This one's really cool. We've never seen this particular t-shirt on the list, I don't believe, though I have seen it in other places. This one is wicked cool. Love the back. I actually like the back better than I like the front. There you have some of the band members on there skiing. Size XL, great size. It looks like it's in fantastic condition as well. Love the graphic, skiing graphic. Grateful Dead just has the best variety of dope tees. This one went for $1,500. Speaking of punk band tees, here at number 9 we have the Sex Pistols and God Save the Queen. What a cool t-shirt. This one appears to be pretty old. I'm not familiar with this particular tag, though I imagine this is probably an English British tag. If you know, let me know in the comments. But this one's super cool. You can see that sort of rounded neck that was a little bit more popular on t-shirts in the late 70s and early 80s, which is when this t-shirt appears to be from. God Save the Queen. Kind of surprised it's even this low, even though this week is super crazy in terms of prices. Probably the craziest week we've ever had, actually. But these t-shirts do not come up very often, especially ones that are probably from very early on in the 80s, if not the late 70s. So that explains a little bit of the price. Here's that backside of that tag if you want to see. Again, I don't really know much about this tag at all, but this t-shirt is incredible, and it also sold for $1,500. Band tees really making the list this week. Here at number 8, we have the Allison Chains Nothing Safe Best of 1999 promo t-shirt. Really cool, like weird person in a jar, something like that. Let's check out the backside. JBTV. This is not like even that crazy of a t-shirt per se. Let's see, Chili Bear, that's weird. Here on the Chili Bear sportswear tag. I don't know much about that tag either, to be honest, but this is probably just one of those t-shirts that's super rare, because it's from a very specific thing, like a best of release, which doesn't typically get as much it's not one of their main releases or something. So this is just a rare t-shirt that just does not come up on the market very often, which explains its price. It also sold for $1,500. That seems to be the barrier of entry today. Then next up we have the 1980s, 90s, something like that, Marilyn Monroe Mosquito Head t-shirt. This person wants to make sure you know that it's real and legit. But I would remind you guys that just don't take these people's words for it. Just because they say it's real legit in the tag or the listing does not mean it really is. Go get those t-shirts authenticated by Legitimate. Don't want to be paying as much money as this person did for this t-shirt and be fake. But anyway, we have the Marilyn Monroe Mosquito Head. We've not seen this particular Mosquito Head on the list before. I've seen it sold before, but it hadn't made the list. There's the Mosquito Head wash only tag. Let's take a look. There is the Hanes heavyweight that it was printed on. There's some sort of coin. This t-shirt looks dope. Looks like it's in great condition. Super cool t-shirt. Doesn't come up that often. This one went for $1,700. Band t-shirts making a big wave, but the Grateful Dead also making a big wave on this week's list. We have this 1994 NFA Grateful Dead Panther t-shirt. What's interesting about this one is we used to see this one quite often sold for high dollars, but this is the first time we've seen this in a long time. I think this probably made the list a few times early on when we started doing heat checks, but it has been a while. But this one is super cool. Love the detail of the Grateful Dead logo and the cat eyes right there. That is like perfect, brilliant concept. Not a lot of photos on this t-shirt. This one typically has gone for a lot of money, but I don't think I've ever seen it for this price. I may have seen it for a little bit more than this, maybe a couple years ago, but it's hard to remember. The pandemic prices obviously have come down, and so a lot of t-shirts that have gone for a lot more money we're going for less, but this one seems to have done quite well. This one sold for $18.75. Big play on this t-shirt right here. One of the cooler, more interesting Grateful Dead t-shirts for sure. All right, if you're a wrestling fan, this one is wicked cool right here. Emphasis on the wicked. We have the Buried Alive WWF 1996 t-shirt. WWF in your house. Look at this one. Incredible with Undertaker and Mankind. This t-shirt looks like it's in really good condition as well. Wow, really cool t-shirt. We see these like in your house t-shirts or WWF t-shirts pretty often, but we have not seen this particular one here. This is one of the cooler ones on the Delta, and it's a double XL. Let's see, did they give us the measurements? I'm curious what the measurements are for this one. Crafted with care and designed to withstand the test of time, this shirt bears the marks of authenticity. It looks like somebody used an AI to write this. This sought-after piece proudly carries a Delta tag, a symbol of quality craftsmanship. Yeah, definitely use the AI listing maker or description maker. Pretty funny. Anyway, a lot of details there. The measurements are 24 and a half, so that's definitely like a double XL size. Wicked cool t-shirt. Comes in at $1,900 for this sale. All right, next up, I told you band tees were absolutely crushing it, and here we go again, continuing on. Not only band tees crushing it, but Mosquito Head specifically. We have the Cure Mosquito Head t-shirt in a large/double XL. I'm not sure what that really means. Oh, it's a double XL. Okay, this is what it means. The Hanes double XL, which really means it's probably like a modern large. So anyway, wicked cool t-shirt. We've not seen this Mosquito Head on the list before, but with all the punk bands this week, might as well have them, right? Cool t-shirt. I mean, this is a Mosquito Head. I mean, everybody knows sort of what the Mosquito Head vision is here, what the iconic look for sure. This one looks like it's in fantastic condition, to be honest. Let's see what the actual measurements ended up being. Yeah, like just about a large, 21 and a half. You might say this reaches barely into XL, or reaches into sort of XL, like just shy of XL territory. But dope t-shirt. Yeah, there's the measurements right there. Looks like it's in great condition. Obviously no dry rot or anything like that. But this one did go for exactly what they asked for. It went for $2,299.99. Now at number 3, we have the only Marvel t-shirt on this list this week. We have the Venom Marvel Comics all-over print. This one, and they say it's brand new. So look at this. This does look like it's brand new, like just unfolded. Probably was originally in the case. The bag, took it out of the bag to show it off. And I'm glad they did. It's a tough decision always to have to decide whether or not you take it out of the bag or not. But wow. I think these t-shirts are some of the coolest t-shirts ever made, to be honest. And I think if you're looking for like a long-term t-shirt investment, don't do as I say, but if I were doing it, this is what I would be picking. But this is not financial advice. I just think this is like a really cool t-shirt and probably a pretty good buy long-term. Even though these do tend to get a little bit overhyped, at least in the short term, I think these are some of the coolest, best arts that are out there. And this one's one of my favorites that I have seen in my experience. Anyway, this t-shirt did really, really well. No surprise here. This one went for not $4,000 or $5,000 here, but it did go for $2,300. Congratulations, buyer and seller, for this dope tee. At number 2, the punk theme continues. We have The Damned here. Brought to you by Punk Revival out of Malaysia. We see a lot of their t-shirts on here. They've got some of the best collection of vintage band t-shirts, particularly punk t-shirts. And here we have The Damned. This kind of looks like it was like printed and then maybe like airbrushed. I don't know. It's kind of an interesting color over top of it. Almost looks airbrushed. Let's see down here. There is some copyright and art information you can't even read. And then this is where the tag used to be. Always tough buying stuff like this because, 3 photos is not quite enough to get a real good idea of what's going on here. So you definitely want to make sure you get this authenticated before you buy it. But definitely a really cool t-shirt. They also got exactly what they wanted for this t-shirt. It sold for $2,499.99. Welcomed The Damned to the list. I don't think we've actually had a Damned t-shirt on this list before, so congratulations. Now, before we get to number 1, if you're going to spend a fortune like on one of these t-shirts on this list, make sure that it's authentic by using the legitimate app in the description below. Use code LoopFan for 25% off your authentication. Then at number 1, the punk theme rules the day. We have the 1982 Misfits Walk Among Us t-shirt on the screen stars. Apparently, this t-shirt was bought at a show in 1982 by the original owner and then sold to this person, this seller. I don't have any reason to not believe that, but wow, what a super cool t-shirt here. I mean, the Misfits, I was literally listening to the Misfits this morning. Not a huge fan of some of their later stuff, but the earliest stuff is definitely one of my favorites. Does have some some flaws here, but not a whole lot. Yeah, there's some stains. You might even be able to get that out, but if I were selling it, I'd just let the buyer figure that one out. A couple pinholes. Nothing super crazy, but this is a really hard t-shirt to come by, and especially if you do believe the story that it was purchased at a show in 1982. Very early on t-shirt, so it's pretty awesome to find one of those. And that's why this t-shirt sold for $3,500 to land the number 1 spot. So congratulations, Sunny Day Jr. I assume that is a Sunny Day real estate reference, so good on you for that one. Dope t-shirt. You're the number 1. And this is the probably the coolest Misfits t-shirt we've ever seen, and probably I think maybe even the only t-shirt we've ever seen on the Heat checklist. So congratulations, really dope.